Anything else you want to let us know about the exchanges before we move on to James?
Like I said, I've been focusing a bit of my time on it lately. People will see some traffic out there.
Bitcoin, the best money we've ever had. With a different kind of money comes a different kind of card. A metal card, powered by crypto. Every time you spend, you get 3% back instantly. Want more? We've got that too. Don't like fees? Neither do we. How about these perks? The future is here. Reserve yours now.
Again, that traffic, I hate to say that we're doing it, but it's unfortunate in this market that you have to do it. And quite honestly, Wall Street does it too, so I don't feel super bad about it. But we did spend a pretty good lick of money developing a market-making software that's now running on the 3 platforms that does buys and sells on its own, trying to lift the price or to keep the price up where we would like to see it. And quite frankly, it's working pretty well.
Right.
It will actually buy tokens. We're giving each of the exchanges, X number of dollars a day to actually spend, and the company gets the tokens back. I mean, we're actually pulling gig back out of the marketplace with that software, which is what's going to drive the price up. So.
Okay. And are there any plans to burn the tokens ever?
Is there any place?
Are there any plans to burn gig tokens?
Oh no,
no,
not at all.
Okay. I mean, I'm fresh and new to the company.
Yeah. No, there's 500 million out there. Like I said, the company controls more than 50% of those, and those are truly set aside for M&A activity. If you follow regular stock markets, and that's kind of what I'd like it to look like, there's 2 things that we're doing that are probably very unique in the crypto space. One is we're doing profit shares. The reason we do profit shares is there's a calculator that's used in the traditional markets called a DDM calculator, and it's Warren Buffett's favorite thing. I mean, if you follow the Warren Buffett plan, it's all about dividends. We call it profit shares. But the DDM calculator basically says like 1 cent says dividends this year. We've got like a $51 stock would be the valuation of that. So that's the premise that we work with for that dividend. The treasury amount is really set aside for M&A activities. You will see almost on a daily basis, if you look across all of the different markets, companies will reissue new stock. IBM will go out and say, hey, we're going to come up with a preferred class of stock, and here's 100 million shares, and they're $100 a piece. What are they doing it for? They're buying out a company. They need cash to buy out a company. So that is one reason that we have that treasury set aside, is so that when an opportunity comes along that we just got to have, we've got the cash. That's kind of our currency to be able to use to acquire some of these other businesses.
I suppose just for anyone that is new, that when we're talking about all the buying of the businesses, it's all about layering. So you've got Krios and the profit from Krios, and then you buy another one and software leasing, and all of a sudden you've got 7 or 8 different companies providing a profit for 1 token.
Correct.
And I think that's the concept behind it all, because we're quite familiar with Mr. Buffett, and he owns most of our company.
Yeah, and quite honestly, more importantly, it gives us some, you can't put all your eggs in one basket, right? So right now, Krios has 2 baskets. We got Digital Track and we've got the Krios application. COVID took them both out. That's a bad thing, and if we had 6 of them, it might have taken all 6 out. But, you want to spread your risk around. So the layering, James, like you said, of the businesses is very important to a solid business model over time. This isn't we're not a fly by night. We're not the guys that are out there looking to make you 100% of your money in 4 days, which, some of these projects are out there token, well, you're going to make 20% per month if you buy our token. Well, what do you do to make 20%? It's a shell game. That's not true. This is in a real business model. Real companies diversify. I mean, General Electric makes jet engines, but they also make washing machines. They both spin, but they certainly don't do anything that's anywhere near to each other. So, that's how you get to be like a GE, is with diversification. What you primarily would like to focus on, just as far as the cycles that are used, is an industry that is a layering industry, as far as the ability that it's useful for both applications. In other words, if we were able to get a payment system along with the freelancing platform, that makes a lot of sense, right? Cuts out our costs for the payment system. We also now get the profits from that for the other companies that use that payment system. So those are the kind of things that you kind of strive for when you're looking at M&A, unless it's just ridiculously profitable. So those usually cost a lot of money.
And just on that, there was obviously, we collected quite a lot of questions. The number one question that was number one on every single question list was about profit share. So I'll hand that one over to you, Dwight.
Yeah, so, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that I don't see us doing a end-of-month profit share. As much as I would like to, the company certainly has not made any profits. I can attest, and so can my bank accounts, that we're certainly not making enough revenue to even pay the bills. That being said, one of the things that I want to do is probably come off of this mindset of quarterly profit shares, although that, eventually it'd be nice to just always have it. We're going to do away with the KYC for now, and probably do some test distributions of stuff. So if your KYC didn't pass, don't worry about it. As long as you signed up for the profit share, we're going to take care of you. But I think that from all the conversations that we've had with some of the deals that we're working on right now, there's going to be a lot of very happy people in the profit sharing space here in the short term. Short term being several months, but still, things are very bright. There are certain things I can't talk about, unfortunately, contractually, but they're. I guess let's just put the rubber where the road meets. I wouldn't continue to spend tens of thousands of my own dollars a month on a business I didn't think was going to make a lot of money. And that's probably the best thing I can say about it. I mean, it is in a place now that we could see ludicrous money. And I think that we've kind of got the setup for it. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. One of the deals with ServiceMax is going to require a lot of development from our side, which obviously costs a lot of money, as you can expect. But it's going to kind of put us in a different place where we can almost look more like a payroll company than just a freelancing company for some of these large corporations. So.
Okay.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, that's the answer, James. It's not something.
No, I think it's
here, but I think
it's real.
It would be foolish of me, and I think people should, if they wouldn't, lose respect for me if I said, okay, well, we're going to do a profit share, but the company's not making money, and put us further in the hole and less likely to be successful at the end of the day. I'm in this for the long term, not the short term. So I think it just behooves us to make sure that the company is healthy. I tell my wife that all the time. My comment is, I got two real famous comments. To my kids, I always tell them, you don't get what you don't ask for. And that always bites me in the ass because they ask for stuff.
Yes.
But with Teresa, a lot of times it's like, she's like, well, gosh, there's a lot of money we're putting in here. And it's like, you got to feed the beast. You got to, if the beast dies, you got nothing. You got to feed the beast.
And you got to be,
people understand that.
Sorry, Dwight, you got to be smart about it. You got to feed it the right food at the right time, and not give it too much to eat and too much sugar and carbs and stuff, because then it'll just be sick and die, right?
Here at McDonald's for 2 hours.
That's right. Definitely not too much chocolate, James. Now, so I imagine many token holders will be disappointed, but then also I want to bring in the maxim long-term greedy. And like you were saying, it takes time to build a business. You got to be long-term greedy rather than like, okay, I want the goodies now, and so perhaps exercise some impulse control, and then to acknowledge the work that you are doing with ServiceMax and the other stuff, and then also for the gig holders who are going to do very nicely out of the TNC deal.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I think
not
that,
to be
I
sniffed
think
at all.
yeah, I would hope that people kind of look at the TNC deal as a profit share. I mean, it's it did require an enormous amount of work. It's profits to the company. We could have said, no, we're not going to distribute it. We're just going to keep it ourselves. That would have made no sense. So I think it's hopefully people will understand that. But yeah, it's it reminds me of a joke I probably can't say on here. Some of you may remember. There's an old bull on a hill and a young bull on a hill, and there's a whole bunch of cows in the field eating them. If you know that joke, that's kind of the mindset that you got to be in. You can walk down the hill or you can run down the hill, but so.
And then the other thing,
I think,
right. So 1 second, James, is the tease. Yes, there's stuff you can't talk about because it's for commercial confidentiality and NDAs and all of that stuff, right? But I do notice a smile on your face. I do also notice what you have produced and accomplished so far. And it looks like everything's going in the right direction. So that's also something to look forward to for people. Sorry,
yeah,
James.
we're at our 1-year anniversary. I mean, most companies don't even start to make a profit until 3 or 4 years into it. So I think, the fact that we're probably several months away from an actual profit, short of the TNC distribution, is pretty remarkable. It unfortunately, and James knows this, and Rich, I don't think your users are very, up on Krios, but when we bought Krios, wow, there wasn't a whole lot behind it. It was a yeoman's fight to understand, hey, we want on with it. And I think that at this point they're there. Like I say, I'm super proud of our community. We've got great people in there. Great ideas. No idea is a bad idea, and that's what I always tell everybody. I got some guys that give me an idea about every day that are completely off the wall. But every now and then they'll throw one out there, and it's like, there's a really good one there. Speaking of which, that's one of the things, the questions that James, you got. There was a screenshot you had sent over about staking and about having minimum limits as far as you got to hold X number of gig to be able to participate in the profit shares. Definitely want to continue a conversation with that person. I'm familiar with staking. One of the other projects that's a solid project over in the TNC deal is Edge. And that's kind of their deal. You basically kind of rent hard drive out and stake and all that kind of good stuff, and they've done very well with that. They got a good platform over there for that. So
because it supports your tokenomics at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to listen to people. There's no one person here smart enough to make something this size work. So you gotta take your ego out of the arena and listen to people.
100%.
Good. So, James, you were going to ask something.
I forgot now.
Very good. Is there anything else?
Okay, whoever asked that question, you can talk to James about that.
I'll get Darren to contact you because it was his idea. Actually, it was really good.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Right. Well, thank you, Dwight. Thank you, Rich, for inviting me on tonight.
Hey, thank
really
you.
Appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, and if I'm sure you guys will post the links to like the Telegram channel and the website and stuff like that out on the videos. But your community, take a look at us. I think we've got a really good thing going on here. You'll be shocked when you come into our community and see kind of the brotherhood that we have. It's not Rich, kind of like you said, it's not there's not a lot of people complaining about other people or belittling people and all that other kind of stuff. It's a good community. I think there's a lot of friendships that have been built out of there, which is awesome.
I was going to say the other thing that probably most companies don't have. I just realised because I went to the shop, so I had to put a jumper on. But we've got the old Krios gear going on as well. So you can check out the website, a little bit of a plug here, and you can get your own Krios t-shirts and bags. And also, I've got a bag somewhere as well. So,
watch the fights. I mean, jeepers. So the fights that our fighters are doing are awesome. I mean, we got a great team Krios is what I call them. It's kind of fun to you may or may not be into martial arts. But when you got your people in the ring, you believe me, you love it.
Very good, very good.
I think some of the big ones that come up. I think Fabian Edwards, one to watch, Bellator. Like couple more fights, and he's going to be the world champion.
Wow.
And he's just mind blowing. Really good guy.
All right. Well, listen, on that, James, thank you so much. Thank you for introducing me to Cree. Thank you for making it work to join us. Dwight, thank you so much. Eventually, at last, you come on my channel. And
We've been talking about this for a long time.
That's right. For everybody who's watching, please go and subscribe and watch and join James's channel. He's done loads and loads of videos, which will give you a real solid background into the history of this project, and lots and lots of conversations with Dwight. So do go and subscribe to him, and go check out the Telegram group and Twitter and everything, and do your own due diligence and check out Cree. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto James and Crypto Dwight signing out. All the best. Bye bye.
Cheers, guys.